Good morning to all. Welcome to BVVS Arts, Science and Commerce Independent PU College Vidyagiri, Bagalkot. This is the brief introduction about Computer Science Department. I am proud to say that with an intention to provide an individual development of students with the guidelines of our principal, Professor S.H. Vatvati sir. The main aim of the Faculty of Computer Science is to offer superior quality professional education with view to build our students with a wide range of computer skills. Our college has well-equipped lab with 32 high configuration computer systems. Now, I would like to introduce the faculties of Computer Science Department. Our department has highly qualified, experienced faculties. Now, let us look into each of them. Firstly, I would like to introduce our head of the department, Mr. Vijay Kumar Badiger. They completed their post-graduation under Karnataka University Dharwad and completed B.Ed under Rani Chennamma University, Belgavi. They cleared KCET examination. They have been working as a lecturer for 9 years. They teach regular theory classes for first year and second year for science and commerce sections, and they give the knowledge of practical sessions also. I am Sneha Kardevar, working as a computer science lecturer. I completed my post-graduation as well as B.Ed under Rani Chennamma University, Belgavi. I have 9 years of experience in teaching. Last but not the least, Mr. Kiran Javli, who is alumni of our college. He completed his post-graduation from Vishweshwaraya Technological University, Belgavi. He has been working as a lecturer for 4 years and cleared KCET examination and completed B.Ed from Rani Chennamma University, Belgavi. In this video, I am going to give the information about first year computer science syllabus. So, let us move towards details. In first year computer science, you are going to study about 4 units. Unit A is fundamentals of computers. Unit B is problem solving methodology. Unit C is programming in C++. And last, that is Unit D. Elementary concepts of word processing, spreadsheets and web designing. Now, I would like to explain the details of each units. Unit A contains 4 chapters. First chapter is overview of a computer. Second chapter is input, output and memory devices. Third chapter is data representation. And fourth chapter is software concepts. This complete unit deals with basic concepts of computers. In the first chapter of first unit, you are going to study about definition of computer, block diagram of computer, evolution of computer, generations of computer, applications of computer, as well as classifications of computer. Then in the second chapter, we will study about what are the input devices and what are the output devices and what are the memory devices and working of all the devices. In the data representation chapter, you are going to study about different types of number systems and all types of number system conversions and the explanation of computer codes as well as binary arithmetics. Next, that is software concepts. In this chapter, we are going to study about introduction about software concepts, types of software and what is the operating system, what are the functions of operating system and what are the types of operating system as well as functional features of operating system. Now moving towards Unit B, that is problem solving methodology. In this unit, we will study about what is the problem, how we analyze the problem, how we design a solution for the particular problem and how we develop a program for the problem and what are the programming constructs we are using to develop a programs and what are the approaches to problem solving methodology. Next is Unit C. Unit C contains 9 chapters. First chapter is object oriented concepts. In this chapter, we will going to study about evolution of programming techniques, characteristics of object oriented programming and advantages of object oriented programming as well as disadvantages of object oriented programming concepts. Move towards second chapter, that is Introduction to C++. This chapter contains history of C++, characteristics of C++, type conversions as well as library functions. Move towards third chapter, that is data types. In this chapter, we will going to study about what is the meaning of data types and what are the modifiers and types of data types. Next chapter is chapter number 4, that is input and output operators. In this chapter, we will going to study about what is the input operator and what is the output operator and how we write these input output operators in simple programs. Next chapter number 5, that is control statements. In this chapter, we are going to study about introduction of control statements and types of control statements and how we write the syntax as well as flowcharts and examples for all control statements. Next, we are moving towards sixth chapter, that is array. In this chapter, we are going to study about introduction of array and what are the types which are present in this array and how we declare as well as initialization of arrays. Those are one-dimensional array as well as two-dimensional array. Next, seventh chapter is functions. In this chapter, we are going to study about what are the header files and what are the mathematical library functions and what are the character functions and what are the string functions, and we will study about all other functions in this function chapter. Now, the eighth chapter is user defined functions. In this chapter, we are going to study about what is the meaning of user defined functions and what are the advantages of user defined function and what is the structure of user defined function and how we write the types of arguments and calling a function, returning a value and function prototype. Next chapter, that is the ninth chapter, is structures. In this chapter, we are going to study about definition of a structure and how we declare a structure, how we initialize the structure elements as well as how we referencing these structure elements. Next, I want to move towards the last part, that is Unit D, elementary concepts of word processing, spreadsheets and web designing. This Unit D contains 3 chapters. First is word processing. In this chapter, we will going to study about how we create a document and what are the parts including this documentation and what are the basic operations we will perform on this document. Next chapter is spreadsheets. In this chapter, we are going to study about the applications of spreadsheets, the basic concepts of spreadsheets and some functions which are present in these spreadsheets as well as simple problems regarding to these spreadsheets. And the last chapter in this Unit D is web designing. In this chapter, we are going to study about introduction to internet and services on the internet and what is the HTML program and which are the tags we are using in this HTML program and some additional tags and simple programs which are present in this HTML program. Now, I will explain the question paper pattern as well as blueprint. Your annual question paper pattern consists 4 parts: part A, part B, part C as well as part D. Part A contains 10 questions. Each carries 1 mark. All questions should be compulsory. You should write all the questions. No choices are present in the part A. Next is part B. Part B contains 8 questions. Out of 8 questions, you should write answer for only 5 questions. Each question carries 2 marks. Part C contains 8 questions. Out of 8 questions, you should write answers for only 5 questions. Each question carries 3 marks. Next, last part, that is the part D. Part D contains 11 questions. Out of 11 questions, you should write answer for only 7 questions. Each question carries 5 marks. These all parts comes under your annual examination question paper. Now, I would like to explain the blueprint of your question paper. Blueprint contains 4 units. Unit A, Unit B, Unit C as well as Unit D. Unit A contains total 24 marks. Unit B contains total 19 marks. Unit C contains total 48 marks. Unit D contains total 14 marks. Unit A contains 2 questions from 1 mark, 3 questions from 2 marks, 2 questions from 3 marks, 2 questions from 5 marks, total 24 marks. In Unit B, 1 question from 1 mark, 1 question from 2 marks, 2 questions from 3 marks, 2 questions from 5 marks, total marks is 19. In part C, 5 questions from 1 mark, 3 questions from 2 marks, 4 questions from 3 marks, 5 questions from 5 marks, total 48 marks. In part D, 2 questions from 1 mark, 1 question from 2 marks, no questions from 3 marks, 2 questions from 5 marks, total 14 marks. Now, I would like to explain the distribution of 20 marks in practical examination. You should write one program from section A and any one program from section B or section C. Section A is a compulsory part. That section A contains C++ programs, section B contains Excel programs, section C contains HTML programs. Okay, you should write compulsory one program from section A, means you should write one C++ program. It is a compulsory for you people. That contains 8 marks. Execution of any one means it will give to the examiner choice. Execution of any one program carries 6 marks. Formatting the output carries 2 marks. Record writing carries 4 marks. Total 20 marks. And now I would like to explain the general instructions for writing the practical examination. Duration for your practical examination is 2 hours. Means you should do the practical lab programs within 2 hours and maximum marks is 30 marks. I already explained how you got 20 marks. Remaining 10 marks is Viva for 4 marks, practical record for 6 marks, total 30 marks. Thank you.